What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Never FOMO, the channel where we discuss all of your investment options, regardless of the asset class. So, whether it's stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, cryptocurrency analysis, if you want to be wise with your wealth, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to do just a very quick crypto market update. Wanted to show you what we're seeing in the price action, what that might mean to you, highlight a little bit of the recent news, and then we'll move on from there. Nothing super long and drawn out. Let's dive right in. Make sure you hit that like button and smash the subscribe as well. All right, so we're looking at the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. I have the Fibonacci retracement overlay on this, and I've went ahead and drawn out some things that we're going to be talking about. If you were watching my social media yesterday, roughly around the 11 o'clock a.m. or so time period yesterday, I posted that I had bought in the dip of Ethereum, Cardano, VeChain, Harmony, because I thought we were near the bottom. This highlighted box is the time frame in which I bought. If you jump over the Coinbase, the last 24 hours, you'll see a sea of green. Ethereum is up over 20%, Cardano 17, Harmony, love this project, up almost 48%, VeChain up 28. Now I bought right around here, right at the tail end of the 24-hour period, because it is now almost 11, and I purchased roughly between 1040 and 1115, depending on exactly which asset class it was, as I was going through the transaction of making the purchases. So I'm doing well based on that dollar cost average dropping down pretty substantially. Again, I put my money where my mouth is. I said I thought we were close to the bottom. Now, I would like to point out, I did not buy the bottom, at least this local bottom. You could argue when you break out the 24-hour chart, let's grab Cardano for a quick example, and I will show you. This is the last 24 hours. I bought over here around the $1.26 mark because I felt like we were close to the bottom, and I thought we were going to start going back up soon. Now you'll notice that we continued to come down until it hit about $1.06 at 12:35. So you could perfectly argue that I missed the bottom by a good hour and a half, maybe closer to 2 hours, depending on which one of the assets I bought. Do you think I'm worried that I missed it by an hour and a half? No. I felt like it was at the bottom. I bought because I thought so. And so far, we've been moving in the right direction. Now, let's dive into the charts and really break out what we've seen in the last 24 hours or so. This is the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. And I've highlighted a couple things. What you see is in the past 24 hours, we've seen really good bullish movement on the RSI. That's the Relative Strength Index. This gray box is a normal trading range in the RSI, right? Anything between about 30 to 70 is traditionally where you would see the RSI move to. Anything below 30 tends to be oversold, and that's a good buy indicator. Anything above the 70 mark tends to be overbought, which tells you that it might be a good time to take some profits because the price could come down. And so in the last 24 hours, we have scraped the 30 mark and have now seen really good movement back into a proper trading range. Also, these green lines that you note here, this was our downtrend. And if we zoomed out farther, you'll see I backed out all the way up to where we started coming down. That was our descending channel that we were in as the price was continuing to come down. And we would occasionally bump up to the tops and test that resistance, bump down to the bottoms and test that support. We had some strong wicks below it, but no closes below it. We have now, in just the last 8 to 12 hours, firmly broken out of that downward channel. Now, does that mean that we won't see more downside? No, it does not. I am not a mind reader. I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody is that good. Short term, this looks really good. There's good bullish indicators to say that we're over the bottom and we're going to start coming back up. It is too early for anyone to accurately tell you we have distinctively changed trends and we're going to start rising back towards new all-time highs like I predicted we would see in the near future. But I want to caution you, we're a little early still. You can see that the most recent 4-hour candle, which closes in about an hour, is also green. That's good positive movement. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-hour candles in a row now since our bullish reversal pattern. And roughly 6 hours or so. This is 4 hours. This is going to be, we're at 7 hours since we've broken above our trend line resistance, showing that we're likely moving up from here. Now, the Fibonacci retracement, without getting super technical and geeky on you, those are measurement levels based on previous highs as retraced back to the lows to show you where the likely resistance levels are as we move up. The next Fibonacci level is sitting at roughly 39,400. That's not a perfect science because it depends on exactly what point on the chart you grab to draw out the Fibonacci graph. So let's just call it a rough 39,500 for Walt Key to be comfortable telling you, I think we've broken to the upside and we're back on a bullish trend. I personally would like to see the price hold above 40,000. Right now we're trading at about 37,800, so really that's not much of a move to get there. And the difference between 39,500 and 40,000 is small enough that it could be eaten up in the margin of error with how you draw the charts. I will say though that if we just take a quick measurement from our current price to the 40,000 level, 35,000 is 4.48. 40,000 is going to bring us 5.5, let's call it. So we need to move up another 5.5% and then hold that line at or above 40,000 for me to comfortably and confidently say that we are definitively no longer in this downtrend. We could see a bounce and some re-entering of this downward channel. I don't think we will, but it's just a bit too early to specify for sure. 5% in the price action of Bitcoin is nothing, right? We saw tens of percents of moves in a day. We could very easily see tens of percent of movement in another day going to the upside. So to get 5% higher than we are right now should be pretty easy. That's the next piece I'm looking for. And then beyond that 40 mark, I'd really like to see the weekly candle, because the weekly candle just started, right? The last week's candle closed at 8 p.m. Eastern time yesterday. So until 8 p.m. Eastern time this coming Sunday, that weekly candle will still be forming. I would love to see the weekly candle close firmly above the $42,000 mark. Again, that's going to be strong indication that we've broken the downtrend and we're moving back to the upside. I am not overly impressed with a 9% move in the last 24 hours. I want to see firm numbers above that 40 mark and then above the 42 on the weekly before I say we're back in the bull movement and we're going to see solid upside. I do still believe that in the next 2 weeks, like I said a few days ago, we're going to start pushing those all-time highs again. I really feel like we've come to the bottom, and now it's just a matter of being patient and waiting for the technical analysis to confirm that for us. All right, a little bit of news that is going to be very interesting. So everyone read about the China reiterating they don't allow crypto. This is a great article just today coming out of Global Times talking about how some of the Bitcoin miners are likely going to be moving out of China completely because they don't want to deal with China's crackdown on how they have to operate. Now, for those who may not know, the Bitcoin mining, roughly 50% of all of the Bitcoin mining that takes place across the world happens right now in China. And so for cryptocurrency that aims to be decentralized, having that much of the hash rate, meaning the amount that's being mined in one country, especially a country like China, which can easily put their thumb on any business owner there, that's not really decentralized like it should be. And so there's some great sources that are talking about how we're going to be seeing Bitcoin mining activity move out of China and into other places. And I'll just grab this snippet on the bottom because I thought it was great. Cal Ying, the managing director of Digital Renaissance Foundation and a Bitcoin investor, told the Global Times that as far as he knew, some Bitcoin mines in China, particularly those that use thermal power, and again, we're talking about green energy, which is great because old Elon talking about how Bitcoin's not green. Most of it actually is, but nonetheless, I digress. Some of the Bitcoin mining in China, particularly those that use thermal power, may move abroad to the US and Canada. This is great news for the future of Bitcoin. Spreading that mining activity diversifying the hash rate across other countries and pulling some of it out of China is actually a really good move in the right direction. And I think that will play out very well for the future growth of the Bitcoin price. Okay, that's all I got for today. I told you I was going to keep this one short. I'm going to be watching to see, it looks like this hourly, the 4 hour, we've dipped just into the negative again. So it'll be interesting to see how this closes in the next 50 minutes or so. Um, we are not out of the woods yet, but we're currently seeing in the last day or so some really good bullish indicators that hopefully we will be able to confirm in the next day or so as the price moves above and stays above the 40,000 mark, and then we see a weekly close above 42. All right. Any questions at all, drop me a comment. If there's a particular crypto project you'd like me to break the charts out for you and analyze, drop me a comment. Always happy to help. I'm here to make sure you can have all the information you need to make wise decisions with your money. Hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. That's all I have for you today. Get out there, have a wonderful week. Let's go make some money.